Hey, welcome to Resource Prepping. I'm your host, Greg. 1 year anniversary coming up. Bought the house, third of an acre backyard, and we made a commitment to become food independent, or as much independent as we possibly can. There's our pups, our 3-year-old German Shepherd now. Wow, time flies. Anyway, when you're gardening and you make the commitment, you want to say, where do I start? How do I begin? And where do I invest my money? So we made the commitment. No more date nights, no more going out to eat, or as little as possible. No more drinking, got rid of all that stuff. No more sodas. Anything that cost us a lot of extra useless money, we devoted it to becoming food independent and eating healthy. We had a gap here between the neighbor's fence, so I rototilled it and planted all kinds of vegetables in there. Peas, lettuce, carrots, tomatoes will be down there at the end. Potatoes for long-term food, beets long-term, all that kind of stuff. However, if you're just starting out and you want to know, wait a minute, I want to become, my own food forest, whatever I have, but I'm not sure where to invest my hard-earned money. Do you have any suggestions for production versus dollars? Absolutely. Absolutely. Here in Ohio Growing Zone 6A, if you're just starting out and you have limited space and you want something to try, Patriot blueberries. Very reliable, $30. And you can get results. These will become blueberries eventually by July. You should be having handfuls of blueberries. This one's been with me for 6 years. So $30 investment, 6 years, you're ahead of the game. New growth, new blueberries. You want to start out small, get yourself some blueberries, see how you do. Easy to maintain. Water, fertilized, mulch, sun and shade is okay, primarily sun, but they do well in partial shade. If you say, okay, I want that, plus what else can I do, Greg? I highly recommend that you set up a little garden space here, raised bed. You plant strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries. Ohio Growing Zone 6A. I love this. Thornless blackberries, Natchez. Price, $20. I did a big mistake. I didn't have any containers, so I put it in a grow bag, let it winter over. Big mistake, froze, out $20. However, the production on these berry bushes will last you until first frost, and then, even then, we still had golden raspberries up until it snowed. So production-wise versus money-wise, money in the bank. Strawberries, raspberries, blackberries. You want to dabble in more? Set yourself up a bed for that. This is all new growth. All new red raspberries. Strawberries are sending out runners. All of it's easy to maintain. Rake it out, get the dead leaves out, fertilize it, water it. You'll be eating pretty good. Next, for long term, plant the food that you like and eat. I like apples. There's a whole ton of variety of apples. Don't expect a lot of production until 3rd or 4th year. So this apple tree, looking at it, saying, okay, 1 year old, good growth, good symmetry. Apples maybe next year, but I looked again. We may have apples this year. Don't want to jinx it, but we're going to see what's going on. Peaches. Usually you should have 2 because the Red Haven always comes out early every year and gets frostbit, low production in 6A because they come out and they get frostbit, get snowed on. They can't wait. Have a backup, the Majestic Peach. Both of them do take work, but if you like peaches, good production, money well spent, you're looking at probably, if I remember right, $40 a tree. And prices may vary. Apple trees, Red Delicious, very hardy, very resilient. Nubbins, the male Cane Corso, in his rambunctiousness, decided to run over the sapling tree and bend it down. So that's why you see black tape and everything else on there. But new growth, again, a year-old tree, no apples on that. So you're talking long term. Plums, and here's a new addition. Just picked this up. Looks like it's gonna have apples right here. Tasty red apples. It's a skinny tree, doesn't take up a lot of room. We're gonna try it. The price tag from Lowe's, 50 bucks. So I planted that in there. The footprint is 8 to 10 feet tall, 2 to 4 foot wide. You will have production, and it looks like that. That, to me, just looking at the base, is probably a 3 to 4 year old tree. So if you can get one of these, a dwarf tree, I highly recommend it, because you have to remember, these trees are going to last a long time if you treat them right. They may be up to 20 to 30 feet tall and have a wingspan of 10 to 12 feet. So when you're doing that, plan it out and think what it's gonna look like, how big it will be next to your Santa Rosa plum, another high production, great tasting fruit, same price range, $40 to $50. This will be 15 feet tall, but it'll only be maybe 8 to 10 feet wide, but the plums are fabulous. So when you're thinking about money versus production, your fruit trees are a great investment, and take care of them, and they certainly will provide food for you. Here's another plum tree, and if I see correctly, we may have some plums growing on top of there. Grapes, another money maker. If you take care of them, fertilize them, prune them back. This is a 2.5 year old. The Concord grape is a 1 year old. Big difference. They need support, but again, the production, if you do it correctly, will feed you. Money versus backyard food production. Spend it first. Get yourself some blueberries if you like the blueberries. Strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, money in the bank. Next, your fruit trees. Think about how many you need. Are they self-pollinators or need another one to fertilize it? 2 is 1, 1 is none. I always like 2. Cherry trees, like this one up here. Very beautiful when they bloom out in the spring. High production, $19 tree, but I don't expect any cherries for another year or 2. I have a dwarf cherry tree up front, so we'll pollinate and hopefully have some cherries before the birds get them. Think about the money you're spending, think about your footprint, and how fast can you start eating in these uncertain times. All right, 1 year coming up. Added a chicken coop, baby chicks inside, growing big. They'll be in the backyard pretty soon. Eggs and meat, trying to fulfill everything we need to be clean, fresh vegetables and meat, self-sustaining. Because once you open up the cans, you're on the clock to run out. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing to Erie Shores Prepping. Great guy.